everybody, it's your old pal Brian Hunt. Welcome to another episode of 60 Seconds of Risk. And if you can't tell, I'm coming from the beautiful hills and the mountains of Telluride, and lovely waterfall coming right behind my shoulder. Obviously that water is coming off of the snow caps and ice formed up in the upper tiers of the mountain. And in summer months, when it warms up, water starts melting, comes on down. So like everybody knows, water is sort of essential to life. And it's something that we can't take for granted. But unfortunately, as we're seeing a result of changing climate change and shifting weather patterns, water is becoming more and more critical throughout the country, throughout the world, and getting access to it. Specifically, it's estimated that roughly 25% of the world's population is in water distress or lives in areas that it's hard to get access to water on a regular basis. Here in the United States, we're seeing changes in the sense that water is sort of a precious commodity. As many of you probably know, a lot of development, a lot of people moving south towards Florida, Texas, Arizona, which is wonderful development down there, but just because you think you've got water doesn't mean you have water. Actually, what you're seeing now in parts of the country, like in Arizona, outside Phoenix, they're starting to stop construction development because there's no guarantee there's enough water to support any new households. The actual watering tapping fees here in Colorado have gotten more expensive, up to, say, certain counties, $48,000 for a new project. And in parts of Texas, it's, and also you've seen in New Mexico, water gets severe droughts. So the question is, as you think about where you are now and where you're going in the future, is the area that you live in, or you plan to move in, going to have access to sustainable water? That might sound kind of odd, but 25 years go by in a heartbeat, like you're saving for your retirement, or you're saving for your kids' college. Well, where you're living now, 25 years from now, water may not be such a readily available. So it's a question about sustainable development, because water, remember though, cannot be destroyed. If you go back to basics physics, you can melt it. It's in liquid form. It could be snow, it can be solid, or ice, so it's in solid form. It's in liquid form here. If you boil it, it gets too hot, it evaporates, that goes up into the atmosphere, and later becomes rain again, or sleet, or ice, or hail, as we all know. You can't destroy water. That's a good thing. But the thing is, you can't necessarily have where you think you have water now is necessarily where it's going to be next year. Especially you've seen like around parts in Europe last year, water got so low in the rivers they couldn't move the material by barge, which is a big thing for there. So again, thinking about development, construction, where projects are going to go, it's not just a question of actually having access to land or even cheap materials or labor. Developers and people who actually are going to buy those homes need to think hard and really think of understanding about where they're going to get their water 25 years in the future. As all things, guys, I hope you find this beneficial. If there's a certain topic or individual you want to see on this show, please let me know. Make a post on LinkedIn. You can also find links to these on the site formerly known as Twitter. Also, you can see it on Substack, and you can subscribe to this channel on YouTube. Until next time, bye.